What to do after a car crash? Driving is probably the most dangerous thing most of us will ever do. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, there are more than 30,000 deaths and over 2 million injuries from motor vehicle crashes in the US every year. Although you do your best to drive responsibly and defensively, it's still smart to know what to do just in case you end up in a collision. Crashes can be very scary, but here are some tips if one happens to you. Take some deep breaths to get calm. After a crash, a person may feel a wide range of emotions: shock, guilt, fear, nervousness, or anger, all of which are normal. But take a few deep breaths or count to 10 to calm down. The calmer you are, the better prepared you will be to handle the situation. This is the time to take stock of the accident and try to make a judgment about whether it was a serious one. Keep yourself and others safe. If you can't get out of your car, or it's not safe to try, keep your seatbelt fastened, turn on your hazard lights, then call 911 if possible and wait for help to arrive. If the collision seems to be minor, turn off your car and grab your emergency kit. If it's safe to get out and move around your car, set up orange cones, warning triangles, or emergency flares around the crash site. If there are no injuries and your vehicle is drivable, make a reasonable effort to move the vehicle to a safe spot that is not blocking traffic, like the shoulder of a highway or a parking lot. In some states it's legal to move your car from the scene of a crash, though. Ask your driver's ed instructor what the law is in your state. Check for injuries and report the incident. Check on everyone involved in the crash to see if they have any injuries. This includes making sure you don't have any serious injuries. Be extremely cautious. Not all injuries can be seen. If you or anyone involved isn't feeling 100%, like if you start trying to get photos or write down details on the crash and start feeling dizzy or out of it, call 911 or any other number your state uses to request emergency assistance on roadways. Be ready to give the dispatcher the following information. Who? The dispatcher will ask for your name and phone numbers in case the authorities need to get more information from you later. What? Tell the dispatcher as much as you can about the emergency, for instance, whether there is a fire, traffic hazard, medical emergency, etc. Where? Let the dispatcher know exactly where the emergency is taking place. Give the city, road name, road number, mile markings, direction of travel, traffic signs, and anything else you can think of to help them know how to find you. Make sure you stay on the line until the dispatcher says it's okay to hang up. Sometimes, you can get the police to come to the crash scene even if there are no injuries, especially if you tell them you need someone to mediate. In other words, to help you figure out what happened and who's at fault. But in certain areas, as long as both vehicles can be safely driven away, police officers won't come to the scene unless someone is hurt. If the police do not come to the scene, make sure you file a vehicle incident report at the police station. Take down driver information. Ask to see the driver's license of the other drivers involved in the crash so that you can take down their license numbers. Also get their name, address, phone number, insurance company, insurance policy number, and license plate number. If the other driver doesn't own the vehicle involved, be sure to get the owner's info as well. Take notes on the crash. If the crash is minor and you feel that you can describe it, try to take pictures and put the details in writing. Detailed notes and photos of the scene may help the court and insurance agencies decide who is responsible. Get a good description of the vehicles involved, year, make, model, and color. Take photos of the scene, including the vehicles and any damage, the roads, any traffic signs, and the direction each vehicle was coming from. Try to draw a diagram of the exact crash site and mark where each car was, what direction the car was coming from, and what lane it was in. Write down the date, time, and weather conditions. If there were any witnesses, try to get their names and contact info so that they can help clear up matters if one of the other drivers isn't completely honest about what really happened. You can only do these things if you think the collision was minor. For instance, if the airbag did not inflate. If the crash is major, you want to involve the police. Even if you think a crash was your fault, it might not be. That's why insurance companies say that you should not admit fault or accept blame at the scene.